Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about EPD. Now, this stock was actually brought to my attention by somebody I've been talking to on Fiverr, and Jordan, thank you so much for this recommendation. We have this stock. First of all, it's kind of in a downtrend right now, so keep in mind with your entries and exits what you're looking at, and also your investing goals. So those are two considerations, because when I look at this, you'll see that, and this is also something pointed out by Jordan, is that essentially $27 is kind of a baseline support level, and even down to 26, you'll see a nice level of coming down here, really hitting those lows. And what I could definitely see is like 27 to 27.50. It could test those levels if it's going to make those higher highs, especially in the long term. You know, you come down here and test those levels, and then maybe, you know, go up from there. But what we're looking at is a stock that is paying currently over 7%. So if you're an income-focused investor, EPD, Enterprise Products Partners, LP. EPD is a North American provider of midstream energy services, with a large network of pipelines, storage facilities, and processing plants. EPD plays an essential role or a crucial role in the transportation and processing of natural gas liquids, crude oil, and petrochemicals. Now, as I was writing this, it finished the day at 28.21. That was on Friday. So it's Memorial Day weekend, and essentially what we're looking at is a 7.30 dividend yield at the moment. So we have an attractive option if you're an income-focused investor. So if you're somebody who's focused on making income on a regular basis from a stock that has also been increasing its dividends. So that's something else to consider. We have an annual dividend of over $2 per share, $2.06 to be exact. Annual dividend yield is 7.3%. We have these dividends from 2022 even, 0.475, all the way up to 0.515. So we have dividends that are increasing over the long term. And if we even look at, let's say, go to Google and find dividend, let's see here for EPD, the ticker symbol. And you'll see here 7.30, 51 cent quarterly dividend payment. And then if you look on an annualized basis, you'll see the increase in the dividend. This is something I always love to see in a stock, especially over the long term, because you're looking at potentially increasing your own income. And also, with inflation, when you're looking at stocks to invest in, you want to consider companies that probably have a track record of either maintaining or even increasing those dividends, especially with inflation. So you'll see since 2017, they were paying 42 cents. From 2014 even, now something happened here. I have not looked back this far from 2014, but you'll see they were paying 72 cents. Then they went down to 36 cents, and they were still paying on a quarterly basis, it looks like. But that was back in 2015. Since then, we've had from 37 cents and a gradual increase all the way up until today. So basically 10 years of solid dividend growth from 0.365 to 0.515. So looking at that in terms of inflation, I would say you're doing okay for yourself. And I would also say that a lot of other stocks have not really kept up that well. And so when you're looking at also something else I like about this is they just reported earnings actually, and their PE ratio is just over 11. Okay, so just over 11, potentially looking at undervaluation, growing revenue as well. So we talked about the metrics, and I think actually if we go up to, here we go. So revenue is at 14.6 billion, up from 12.44 billion in the previous year. Strong profitability. Net income 1.5 billion, up from 1.4 billion in Q1 2023. So we have really a company that is focused on diversified operations, 50,000 miles of pipeline, 260 million barrels of storage capacity, and 14 billion cubic feet of natural gas storage capacity. So a large infrastructure along with increasing dividends. And you have a company that I would say over the long term, especially if you're a dividend investor focused on income, then this could be a company to consider for your portfolio. Now, in addition, if we look at, let's say, finviz.com, this is something that Jordan pointed out, and I find this interesting, especially from a trading perspective, because you could be looking at this from, let's say, selling a cash secured put, doing the wheel strategy against a stock like this, or something like that, which we also talk about on this website. If you come over to dailyinvestmentadvice.com, go over to options trading, check out the wheel strategy and cash secured puts. It's a great way to learn about the market and how to make passive income with options, in addition to making sizable dividends, as we're talking about right now. So with that being said, we come over to FinViz and we'll type in the ticker symbol, and you'll see here EPD, and Enterprise Products Partners. And so if we type in the ticker symbol here, it pulls up the chart, and we have dividends of over $2 per share, as you'll see. And you also have, if you look at the income, we have positive net income and sales right here. You'll see the numbers and stuff over the last 12 months, or the trailing 12 months. The market capitalization right now is $61 billion. So you can make a judgment based upon that and all that available data, and then look at the price to earnings ratio of 11.06. So with that being said, you have to factor in the potential future growth of not only the dividends, but also, the share price. And as I was mentioning, we were talking about how Jordan, thank you for this, you pointed out the fact that I think $27.50 per share, you said, would be a level of consideration in terms of, let's say, support and resistance. You'll see kind of a line going through here, all these different levels, where it kind of broke through and then sold off, broke through, sold off. And then we, basically, if we came back down here, it would probably be a strong level of support. Is if you're looking from this, let's say from an entry standpoint, let's say with cash secured puts, if you're trying to get paid for buying stocks, which I love to talk about on this channel, that's another consideration. I could probably make another video on that. But essentially, you have their earnings, you have everything going on here. And the question is, what do you think about this? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I would say this stock coming down from, over $30 per share, let's say roughly, down to $27.50 is not unlikely. Testing this level right here, even down to, let's say, $27, you could argue. And trying to test that level. Now down here, looks like the tornado sounds are going off. Okay, I'm going to cut it off there. Thank you so much for watching. Check out EPD, Enterprise Products Partners. Have a great evening, everyone. Stay safe.